As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
I've still been working. I still haven't even had time. I brushed my hair this morning, but I laid back down for a little bit, and then I got back up, and then I dug into a new case. One that's Rebecca Turner, a liar, pants on fire, busted. And her subscribers can come over here all day long, all they want, and say that's not her. We know for a fact it is. We're actually looking into the dead Rebecca Turner. We're probably going to find out very, very quickly that it's a different person altogether, which we know. We probably went through the thing and said, oh, this Rebecca Turner lived here and died. So you're mistaking me with her. No, honey. We're not mistaken. Your voice is entirely too close. It's absolutely her, Dolly. Come on. Actually, here, I'm going to drop you a link if you want to come. You don't have to come up here. If you want to come up here, you can come up here. This is only for Dolly, but I'm telling you, that is absolutely 100% her, and we're going to look into the dead Rebecca Turner, if any, and we're going to pull public records, and we are going to confirm once and for all that Queen Bee is a despicable woman that sold drugs to children, and all these people are supporting a woman that has harmed a child. And children, not just a child, children, multiple. She is a felon. So it's a little crazy here because, you know, they're trying to do this mass striking. They went on their channel, even part of the video we just watched that I just dropped. I didn't realize the clip that I grabbed was her actually conspiring with her, which is a violation of terms of service. I'm allowed to say Rebecca Turner. I'm allowed to say somebody's name. What I'm not allowed to do is dox their phone number, give them their phone number, their email address, their home address, and I did none of that. So they actually went over there to my new page, and they got one of the things, which is appealing, and I know I'll win because I went ahead and read all the terms of service stuff related to privacy, and not one time did I violate that. So that's under appeal, and I expect that to come off. If it doesn't, I plan on reaching out to YouTube because, you know, they do 10 times worse. And this is the thing. This is the hypocrisy here on YouTube that we're exposing as well as this despicable person. The hypocrisy on YouTube is that they can do it, but nobody else can do it to them. And that is not true. If you can do it to others, others will do it to you. If your house is dirty, somebody's going to find out. I've been up front and honest with my entire channel, with the people that come here. They know my history. I've never ever denied or said, you know, oh, that's not me. That's a dead person. Like, I never, like, who would think to even do that? It's somebody that's scared half to death to being exposed comes up with stuff like that. But I've always owned my shit. Dolly's up. What's up, my friend?
What's up, Betty?
So what do you, that's definite. You are like the king of voices.
You know, I'm a voice expert.
You are a voice expert. Ours truly, Dolly Vision, voice expert on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Give me your verdict.
Well, Betty, I've seen this video months ago.
I know.
I posted it on my community page like months ago. I told everybody who the woman was when she first started talking bad about me. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, I knew she was selling drugs to kids, manufacturing drugs, all those things. And when I put it out, she didn't peep a word. Like, she didn't say nothing about it. She didn't address it. Yep. She acted like it was, It never happened.
If I recall, she didn't go on YouTube for several days.
Yeah,
she hid.
It is definitely her, and she can sit there and lie to her viewers all she wants, but it's her. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It ain't that, why lie? Why lie about who you are? Everybody else comes up here. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody knows who you are.
Yep.
Everybody knows who everybody else is. Why lie to your viewers unless you got something to hide?
Exactly. That is exactly drug. Yes, Jelly Bean, selling drugs to kids, manufacturing drugs. She also had like the most recent stuff, 2021. She's driving around in a car with no license, with a suspended license. And if she got in a wreck, whoever she wrecked into, whether she killed him or not, she would never have the insurance to cover it. And she's driving 25 miles over the speed limit.
Well, she's definitely somebody that shouldn't be up there speaking on kids, seeing she sells drugs to them.
Right.
That's just horrible. Acting like you're into true crime when you are crime.
Oh, Molly, thank you. I know Molly's like, and everybody's like, you better watch out. They're going to take your chance. Look, I'm not doing anything wrong. And I'm damn sure I'm being nicer.
If you was wrong, Betty, they wouldn't be coming after you.
Huh?
If you was wrong, they wouldn't be coming after you. All right, yep. I got to go. You have a good day, Betty.
You take care. God bless. So there's ours truly, Dolly Vision. Thank you for his time. He didn't have to come up. I appreciate it. But we're all on board. Molly, go lightly. Come on up. Here, let me get you a link. I want did you watch the video of her voice? I did the voice. Come on up. I want to hear. I know you've gone through hell. This lady literally has done nothing but speak ill and say horrible, despicable things about me and Molly, along with Dolly, JL, can't do nothing but complain about somebody else. And we look behind the curtain and we're like, what? You have got to be kidding me. You literally have got to be kidding me. All we can do is pray for them. And we do pray for them. But you know what? Even like I said, even as a Christian lady, even as a Christian, I will not be walked all over. I've given her ample opportunity to knock it off. You can go and have your review, but even the terms of service specifically state in the terms of service, you can't repeatedly go after somebody. That is in the terms of service. So if we started mass reporting them, they would probably be more in jeopardy of losing their channel than we over here using public records and news clips and ourselves to express the truth. What they're saying over there, what they're saying over there is misrepresentation fully and totally. So Marissa, what say you?
Okay, well, I'm aware of the attacks. I think I'm the first person who's under their attack this week. I think it's an eye-opener, and everybody anyone that has a channel should be very observant of what these smaller channels are trying to do. This person in question, Queen Bee, has not been a good person from the very start. I mean, think back to when we were standing outside Quentin Simon's house. This woman, purposefully sent junkies to Quentin Simon's house while we were working. We were working, guys. We don't go to people's houses to protest because we think it's fun. We don't do it because we think that we're going to be on the news and it's going to give us a boost on our channels. We do it because we believe in something. Well, most of us believe in something. We do it with purpose. We're out there in the heat. It's not fun. We're working. And that should have opened people's eyes. And to see, people that, watch our channel and the community and go against that and go against a little baby, go against the victim. That's pretty serious. You know, no matter if you don't like Bullhorn Betty or you don't like me, I've never expected anyone to go against Summer Wells, you know, and kiss Don's ass. I never expected people to go after.
I never knew that there were people like that. Like this whole, you know, I haven't been on YouTube.
How does that, how do people, how are mothers created, or how do mothers turn out where they're going to say, well, I just don't like these people who are out there doing this. I'll tell you one thing, Hershey police, one officer said, I don't even understand why they attack you and this group of people. I like what you guys do. Why do people have a problem with it? And I said,
I think you might be freezing. You were talking and you just disappeared.
So just remember that this is where she came from. I don't know who the hell raised her. All I do know now is
her aunt. Her aunt raised her.
I know her past, and she's on the wrong side. And if everybody thinks, hey, she's like some sort of hero, that's definitely not. And you want to know something? You got something to say to us? Show up yourself.
Yeah, show your face.
Why don't
she won't show her face, and as soon as she does, she is done. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna show her face. We're gonna show her face. This is a case that I'm taking seriously. It's something that I want to make sure that, you know, never happens to another child again. This whole manufacturing stuff, that I don't know, you know, and not only that, they're on their channel actually conspiring to have somebody come to my house and mess with my house. So you're talking about criminals conspiring to do criminal activity literally on the streets of YouTube and doing it live. Now, how stupid does one person have to be?
Yeah. Well,
and let me just tell whoever wants to come over here, I'm a concealed weapons permit holder. I carry my gun. I know how to use my gun. If I feel threatened, believe me.
One warning. You get one warning. You get one warning, and then you aim for their friggin' head.
I don't give a warning. In Florida, you don't need to give a warning. You put my life in jeopardy, I'm dropping you. You one shot. I'm a very good aim. You really, and I'm telling you, that man across, that my neighbor here, they are saying, fuck around, find out. That's what I'm saying, because we're gun-toting people here. And I don't know if people understand that. You don't really want to start messing with people's property when you know that there's a loaded gun in the house. Because believe me, I do and will use it. You do not want to come to my house and threaten me. You do not want to make me feel unsafe. We have castle law here. You know, we have a lot of laws. You don't even have to be in my house. So you better, you know, before these people do stupid shit and somebody gets really hurt and takes this real life, you better check yourself, because I'm telling you, you guys see me on here and you think it's a joke. Bullhorn Betty doesn't play, and I take guns very seriously as I talk about. You don't want to come to this house. You don't want to come to this house and threaten me. You want to stay. If you come to this house, your ass better be on that public public road. You step one foot on this house or make me feel threatened for my life. That's it. That's it. I use my gun to protect myself. I'm a concealed weapons permit holder, and I hope nobody is stupid enough to do that, because at the end of the day, nobody ever wants to use their gun, and nobody ever wants to take a life. However, if the need arises, I am prepared.
Just remember, she never wanted to show her face in the beginning. She's not going to show her face now, and it's not like anybody's loyal to her enough to do that, something like that for her. Who is she? Yeah. She's nobody. Give me a break. I would never take a threat from her seriously.
Oh, I'm not taking it seriously, but you know what? She's got, you know, when you have crazy people, they are crazy people. They are crazy people over there. Somebody might get an idea to literally come over here and try to screw around. And if it's not from me, one of my neighbors might take, you know, if they're feel threatened, they will take aim. This whole entire road, I got a Braden, a police officer that lives 2 doors down. literally lives 2 doors down. So I mean, if you and you're on a dead end road, so you got no place to run. If you commit a crime here, you're caged. Just FYI, folks. And the people that follow me and stalk me in real life can attest to that.
I think all of that BS is going to be ending. I just say from here on out, when we do something, we don't tell anybody where we're going. They'll get the videos later. They'll get the videos later.
Yeah.
I mean, the way
and
that
actually, I'm kind of moving away from that because I really don't care. You know, if people want to act like fools, I'm going to record them. If they touch me or hurt me, they're going to jail. And, you know, I'm getting to the point where it doesn't bother me. Like it, you know, when we first came out and people were looking in the windows, it scared the crap out of me. You know, when we were in Tennessee, that kind of stuff scared the crap out of me.
That
shook
was
me a little
disgusting. That was disgusting.
Right.
We were being hunted. We were being hunted. I mean, I was like a bull down there. I mean, like I was swinging open doors and confronting homeless people. What the FF are you doing out here? Oh, I'm homeless. Excuse me, you're homeless? What are you doing with that cell phone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, remember that? And who the hell are you? You know?
Right.
You know, people leaving bags outside our house. Fine. Whatever. We didn't take precautionary, you know, cautionary measures seriously back then. You live and you learn. And you want to know something? We taught, we lived, we learned, we changed things. We changed things up. We've learned that our meet and greets.
And let me ask you this. Have we ever stalked another creator?
We don't do shit like that. But they're below us.
Are you sure about that? I don't believe you, Marissa. We've had to stalk and harass creators on here. I mean, we're big hated on here. We had to have done something to them.
They're below us. Everyone else is below us. What?
Yeah, they are
below us.
Somebody said, don't sit too high up on that pedestal. And I said, I like feeling like I'm tall.
Too high on the pedestal.
That's what somebody said in one of my comments. I'm like, but I like being up here.
Well, then why are you in the chat? Why are you in the chat? Why are you
Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat?
Someone telling you not to sit high on the pedestal.
Obviously, oh, no, it wasn't in this chat. It was a comment on one of the videos.
Oh, please. Well, guess what? You still got their attention, didn't you?
I did. And they said, they go, oh, Bullhorn Betty's mad. Really? I'm mad? I didn't go on a rampage. Like, this chick is still fuming. Like, she's raging over on her channel for hours.
She's nothing.
She's got triggered. Bullhorn Betty triggered her.
I don't even know how long she's been on YouTube. I've never seen her video. I saw her picture. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Why does this happen? And I'm over these types of people. Let them do what they want to do. Let them report their heads off. What it all comes down to is none of us need to be violating terms of service. Period.
Oh, absolutely not. And they keep trying to say that people are violating terms of service and telling their audience that to mass report people that aren't violating
terms of service, people. That right there. And when you do that and we report that timestamp, you will go down.
Yep. And I actually clipped it. Did you see the last video? I didn't realize that particular clip that I grabbed.
Send that to me. I will send that to my YouTube
manager. To mass report on Twitter.
Okay, well, they send me that clip, and I will send them that to my YouTube manager. Thank you. Just send it. I'll give it to my YouTube manager, and I'll say, look, there they go.
So, Dennis, what terms of service am I violating? Having a conversation? So Dennis Arthur, our expert YouTube policy personnel, is saying we're violating terms of service now for having a conversation. That's how stupid these people are.
What are you talking about? I can go live on my other channel now.
But you know, I mean, what terms of service are we violating? We haven't disclosed anybody's name. We haven't harassed or we're not bullying anybody. We're having a conversation about a bully.
I got a strike a week ago. I can go live on both channels today. I got one strike. They're trying to say like my channel was down. That's a lie. That I got 2 strikes. That's another lie. I can totally go live on both channels if I wanted, but
Yep.
listen, I got other things to do. Listen, I got a mother that's really not doing well.
How's
Right?
your mom?
My sister thinks that she's gonna go at she'll probably go.
So Emmy is saying that I mask tag. What do I mask tag? What do I mask tag? You're allowed to have as many tags as you want to. They even give you a bottom to fill up with. You can literally put 800 tags behind YouTube. It even has a spot for your tags that you can literally fill up. So I don't know what animal is telling you that you cannot put hashtags on your content. But again, you got to use your common sense. Do you honestly think that tagging? Oh, where did Marissa go? She must have just dropped. She was having some technical issues. But where did mass tag? I need Marissa for this. Marissa, where did you go? And I actually had a question for Marissa. Come back. If your internet dropped, come back. Let me drop the link. Hold on. Here she is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. I think you just
No,
dropped.
it's fine. My husband called me. He wanted to see what's for dinner.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
thought it was an emergency.
Of course.
Go ahead.
So let me ask you this. So people are even lying about you. They're telling you that they got you strike. They're telling people right now that they got a video removed on my other account, which they did. But I appealed it because after reviewing the terms of service, the only thing I had stated on there, I didn't provide any emails, addresses, or anything. I just said Rebecca Turner's name. And so that's not a violation of terms of service. So, I made sure that it wasn't a violation of terms of service. So once they review it, it's under appeal. Once they review it, that will be released. But they've been doing the same kind of garbage to you.
There, you know what? I have in my copyright folder all the people that have been using my stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's pretty full.
Oh, I know. It's got to be. I got a question to ask you. Okay, I got a question to ask you.
I could do some cleaning up.
I'm trying very hard. I love you. I love you, and I love Dolly. Are you guys ever going to kiss and make up, or is your friendship completely over?
I don't consider us friends, but I mean, I don't hate him. I mean, there's worse people on here. No, I don't hate him.
No, we're covering one right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate him, but I mean, you do know what he said, right?
I heard, and I know.
He said that I'm making up my mother's illness. My mom could probably go tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
I know your mom. I personally know the situation with your mom, and I know that what you're going through is a true event that you're going through.
But then again, he doesn't know me. He doesn't. I don't talk to him. I don't call Dolly when I'm hurting. I don't have his phone number. It's not I don't have any sort of relationship like others do. I don't consider us being friends. Like, I'm not close to him. I'm closer to Jonathan than I ever was to Dolly.
That's because you were holding on to dear life as Jonathan was driving around the mountain.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I did not know what Jonathan went through until we drove to the Poconos, and Marissa's having me change from one lane to the other because she can't stand being on the side of the car. I said, "Do you honestly think we're going to go over a cliff?" She's like, "No." She's serious. She seriously has major mountain anxiety.
Yeah, driving is something that it's hard, and I have been going back and forth to my mom's, and I don't know if it's easier driving at night, because sometimes it isn't with these trucks, or the day, because you could see more, but you can also see where you are in the terrain. I don't know, but yeah.
Caroline says, anybody need a can of Trollbegon? Yes, give us the biggest supply of Trollbegon you got.
why. I just don't know why they can't stop, Betty. Betty, why
Because they're
can't
obsessed. That's
stop?
you got to understand that while they're pointing the finger at me and you and saying that we're grifters and we're making, they're making their money off of being nasty, disgusting individuals. They are, don't think, and how many times have they come over here and said, hey, you need to get a job? I've watched 5 women and 1 man on a chat for literally hours in the middle of the day.
They don't leave the freaking house. They don't leave the house. They don't leave and earn their money. We're getting on plane. We're waiting hours on end to travel. I mean, a lot of the times, like, we're spending our own money. Like, since when?
Well, according to them, it's all of we don't earn this money. It's 100% our subs that we don't earn. We don't work. We just sit here and waste life. I've been in bed literally researching this entire case today.
No, you want to know something? Because of all this bullshit, because of them hunting us down, they've made it harder to where we cannot ask our subs publicly to help us. We can't say, hey, we're going.
Yeah. Well, Harry, you know what? If I grift and beg, why are you here? Why are you here? And if my subs or even Marissa's subs decide they want to tip her or provide her money, no different than what we just watched Queen Bee rake up a shit ton of money. Why aren't you over there talking about how she's grifting? Because she's lying to earn that money. She's swindling her audience. She is the epitome of what grifting is. We are honest and up forth and upright over here. She's lying and being deceptive over there. Big difference. And if you look up the definition of grifting, it's small swindling. There is no swindling going on this thing. So get an education, learn
They don't have that. They don't have it. They don't have it. They just leech off of us.
That's it. They're leeching.
Think about it. If you've got, listen, I don't really care for 5 or 6, 7 people on panel because that'll give me a migraine. But I also can carry my own channel on my own. This is the thing. If you got that many people on your panel, surely you can come up with a topic to talk about. Surely.
Other than somebody else.
Surely you can. I don't know
all these kids that are missing out there in the world, and they're concerned and have been concerned for 2 years about Marissa and Bullhorn Betty, JLR and Dolly. Not one person has contributed 1 dime for a poster, a flyer, or even advocated 1 red cent for any of these children. Not one of those roach channels, leech channels, have ever done that. And you watch Marissa, she's expended thousands of dollars. You've watched Dolly expend thousands of dollars. You've watched me expend thousands of dollars for these cases and for these kids, not just being out there covering the cases, but providing flyers, investigating, holding the family's hands, having families cry on our shoulders. Those are things that these leeches will never get to experience. Going out there and being part of a group that found a lost boy. Those leeches will never have that experience and never have the joy of bringing a child home safely. They'll never experience that.
I'll tell you one thing, Betty. One of the things I was talking about with my sister a couple nights ago when I was at the house is she had told me that Mommy, my mother, was very, very proud of us. And she meant us, the team, and what we did, you, me, Justin, Jonathan. She meant like what we all did, that she loved watching us go out there and confront what she said, pedophiles and child abusers. She said that Mommy said she was proud that you guys went there and got the attention for these kids that got no attention, that, from the mainstream media, and demanded that these kids get the attention. And I thought of Quentin Simon, and when I heard, these child abusers and pedophiles.
Oh, your phone must be ringing again. I think that's when she pauses on here. You can't hear her because her phone must be ringing. Jen, God bless you. Thank you for the beautiful 10 memberships going to the lucky people here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. When Marissa's off of her phone and comes back, we'll catch up with her. It just sounds like she's on the other line. Oh, I just heard her.
So for me, listen, I've taken a little sabbatical off of this because of my mother and just trying to concentrate on more important things. I haven't really done any true crime. Haven't talked about Dre McCrae. Well, that's not even true crime to me. That's just a story. But I love that my mother was proud of what we did outside of Brian Laundrie's house. Mm-hmm. That for me, no one can take away what we did. No one can take that away and what we accomplished. And people could say, oh, you accomplished nothing. Bullshit. Nobody knew who Quentin Simon was. And now they do. You know what? And you know what? Some people may want to smear his name now, but that baby has touched a lot of people's lives. And we made that baby matter. And a lot of it has to do with you, Betty. It really does.
And at the end of the day, when we roll into town, those cases get maximum exposure because we've got the hate channels talking about it. We're bringing in national news organizations talking about it. Quentin Simon literally had almost very limited, zero media coverage until we showed up, and and Short TV ended up coming into town and broadcasting that show, and we ended up, because of the lack of media, ended up being able to get the messaging out to a lot of people in that area and abroad.
We can do anything, really. We can bring attention to anything. And we all had our strengths. We all had little quirks about each of us. All of us. And as a team, we worked very, very well together. And who says that we're not going to be able to do that again? Right now, thank God, there's not too many stories out there.
Yeah, and the ones that are, they're literally on the other side of the United States. It's financially not feasible to go and cover the trials of these cases that aren't being aired. It would bring in a little bit. It's just we have to, because of how we earn our money, we have to be responsible with our money and budget things. And if something doesn't make financial sense, unfortunately, we just can't do it.
Yeah.
But we will. We'll be getting our kick shitting boots on and go out there and do the thing. But we need to be researching new cases. But right now, everything is on hold. We've got trials that aren't being aired. Letitia Stock, the West Boys trial, that's not being aired. Lori Vallow's not being aired. Brian Koberger, everything under the sun in that case is under seal for like 30 or 45 days. So there's, we're getting all this stuff after the fact.
Just you wait until that Nick Carter trial comes around. You guys are going to be getting some excitement.
Yeah, that'll be good, and I can't wait. I don't really cover kind of entertainment news, so this will be interesting for me. It is a case, so we'll be covering it.
But the thing is like the times are changing.
Yeah.
So
Betty, times are changing, and it and even the terms of service of YouTube have changed, and we're all adjusting to the new terms of service. But you know what? In all fairness, we don't violate them. They want to convince people that we're violating these terms of service. I'm not violating. I know, and your channel was taken down for what, a week?
No, my channel was never taken down. I got a timeout and a strike for a week. I can go live.
Okay, timeout and a strike. I can
go live, upload videos and all that stuff today if I want.
Gotcha. And you probably should, because this stuff. You can't sit there and needlessly bash people over the head like Queen Bee does without getting some major attention. And if you are not,
around.
Yeah,
What goes
and if
around?
you're lying to your people, now she came out and said, "Yeah, guys, I just like me, I have a past, I'm sorry that what I went through, this is what happened." But the problem is she can't say that because mine were from 12 and 20 years ago. Hers are as recent as 2021. Like she's actively still committing crimes.
Jesus. What goes around comes around, Betty. I firmly
Right.
believe that. And the thing is like this, it's out of our control. People are going to do what they want to do. And like my mother always says, leave it in God's hands. You're not God, and neither am I. Leave them in God's hands. Leave people in God's hands, and trust me, God is a lot more powerful than you and I, Betty.
Yeah. Yeah. And not only that, somebody even said, "Oh, are you getting your information from so and so and so and so?" And I'm like, so we're all researching this woman and we're all going to the same thing and we're all putting the same pieces of the puzzle together. And you're talking about people that investigate all these things. We're not even communicating with each other, but yet we're all getting the same information. If that doesn't tell you that she is lying and this is true and she can lie to her audience all she wants, that is her docket. Those are her charges. And she's already come out once and acknowledged that she's a felon, but she refuses to tell why she's a felon or provide us her photo because we have booking photos. We have booking photos of her. So if she showed her face, she would be toast. So her audience, listen, she injured children. She injured children.
What are you talking about?
You should demand to see her face to confirm because you are supporting somebody that has harmed a child unbeknownst to you. And I don't blame you. Yes, she was selling drugs to kids and manufacturing narcotics.
You've got to be kidding me. She gave drugs to kids?
Yes.
What kind of drugs?
I don't know if it was meth, coke, crack. I don't know. I have no idea.
Flowers, thank you. Oh, my husband brought me flowers. She gave her husband. Is she married? Probably not, right?
I don't think she's married now. I think her husband's an ex because it looks like he's with somebody else. But it's she does have a baby daddy. She lived with her aunt. Her aunt passed away. There's just a lot of stuff that is behind the scenes that people don't know about. She constantly referred to her aunt as mom, so it sounds like her aunt pretty much raised her.
Wow.
So she does have some probably some pain in her past.
Thank you for the roses.
But she shouldn't be lying to her audience, and that's the problem. And she is
lying about.
She's telling him that Rebecca Turner is not her, that Rebecca Turner is dead. But the problem with that story is there's active stuff being filed in those cases. And if a person died a year ago, all those cases would be permanently closed because they cannot monitor a deceased individual. And they had some documents uploaded in one of the cases in 2023. So I don't know if it's because she's still on probation or parole or what have you, or because of the last felony in 2019, she might actually be on, a parole. So it's one of those things, but she's lying and saying that this is a dead person. But the problem is the dead person that is Rebecca Turner lives in the same house she lived in, has the same phone number she had, has the same birthday date as her, and clearly has the same voice as her. And ironically, they both lived in the same residence, but they're not the same people, but they're both Rebecca Turner. Yes, those are new charges. She's got a felony in 2019, and she's got 2 driving on a suspended license, one in February and one in November. So clearly she never corrected her license in 2021. She was putting people's lives in jeopardy, and people are like, "Oh, it's just because you didn't have insurance." No, it's not about just not having insurance. She wasn't supposed to be driving, and clearly she was driving all over the place without. If she would have gotten in a wreck and killed somebody, that family would have had to sue her because she would have had no insurance to sue. She put people's lives in jeopardy, and granted, it's a smaller charge compared to her other more extensive felony charges that she and multiple other misdemeanors as well. She must have picked up another phone. another phone call. I see her back in the back studio, but she got off the screen. So, at the end of the day, thank you for putting the truth out there. Yes, and that's what it is. It was never intended. This is not. It's because you can't continue to bash people over the head and then lie to your audience about your own criminal conduct, recent criminal conduct. And the case that actually had some filings in it was the drug case for the 2023 filing. And there was another case that actually had a recent filing. So there's no possibility for those cases to be having movement inside the docket of individual cases if the person is deceased. This is something I know a lot about, i.e. I've worked in the law field. I've worked in these type of cases before. There's no possibility of that happening. Those cases would have been permanently closed. There would not be activity going on in a case in 2023 if a person died a year ago or 2 years ago. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way. And then you couple it with her being on camera, giving an interview to a news crew, which matches the same photo that we provided to each and every one of you. That was literally on the 3 videos that I uploaded on this channel. If you look at that photo, that is the exact person talking in that news article. Then you compare the voices. And while her voice is a little more raspy, when I was smoking pot and cigarettes, my voice didn't sound this in tune. It was a lot more raspy. And every now and again, you guys have heard me raspy on here, and it sounds a lot different than my voice right now. So she's very, just a hair bit more raspier now than she was back then, but absolutely the same speech pattern, the same tone, the same person. Oh, please drop the link for Marissa. Oh, sure. Okay, hold on just a second. There you go. There you go, love. Oh. Why isn't it posting? Oh, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't posting. Usually I hit enter and it posts. So, this is just, it's crazy. And then people are going to say, I'm not there. It doesn't bother me. You guys know I don't talk about creators on here, but, when you do stuff and you continue to do stuff and you continue to do it, we are going to have enough and give you a taste of your own medicine. Period. That is, if you can do it, we can do it. You can't do something, and then when we do the exact same thing, you say, oh my God, it's terms of service violation. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So, sorry, Charlie, but it doesn't work that way. And I see people trying to get into the back chat. If you guys get in the back chat, you have to show your face. If I don't know you and you're not familiar with me or to me, then yeah, we don't, let me see your face, hon. Oh, there, I can see your nails. Never mind. Let me put you back up. Okay, there we go. Hey, hon. Marissa? Okay. When she gets back up here, we'll get her back on. It's just really weird. So that's really it. Do unto others as you wish that would be done to you. If you don't want people attacking you personally, maybe you should leave the personal attacks alone for other people. You can't personally attack people and then expect to keep getting a free pass and a free pass and a free pass. At the end of the day, this woman has done a lot of damage in her community by her arrest record alone. A lot of damage in her community. Hold on. Are you there? There you are. Sorry. Did you want to put your thumbnail on or no? It doesn't really matter to me. So we see you. Can you hear me? Maris? And we have over 1,100 people in this chat. Go out and give this a thumbs up. And that's another thing that the Roach channels are doing. That's another. She's freezing all over the place. I think it's because you got like 5 of these things open right now. Hold on, let me kick one of them. Hold on, let me try to kick this one. There you go. Can you hear me? Oh, you're muted. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
It is. You're right when you say these people. You can dish it, but you can't take it. This keeps happening over and over. They want to be these schoolyard bullies. every single day, day in and day out. They act like they can't be found. And then what happens? They get found, and then it's like, oh. Yeah, you're going to get found. No one gets away scot-free. These people are coming on here online just to be assholes.
Yeah.
You know, that's all they do. They come on here to act like an asshole. How are you doing in the outside world? I want to know. I want to know, because the same way that I'm living my life online is exactly what's going on in real life. How's that working out for you?
Yeah, and not only that, but I always have a problem with people not showing their face on here, because you have to ask, what are they truly hiding?
You're right. Absolutely. Oh, I want my privacy. Really?
Then why are you a creator? Because as soon as I became a creator, my privacy went out the window.
Mm-hmm. Once you sign on the dotted line, bye-bye, sweetheart. You're famous. You wanted to be famous. Now you are. This is what happens.
Yep.
This is what happens.
This is just one of many nasty people. And she's disgusting. And like you said, she can't run her channel by herself. She's got to have all these people. And do you know that Angela chick? She doesn't even wear teeth anymore. They all have emojis on their thing, because like she looks disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Well, at least whenever she was working with you, she cared for herself and actually tried to fix her hair and put her dentures in her mouth before coming out, looking professional and reasonable. Now she looks like a crackhead on steroids.
Well, guess what? I sleep soundly knowing that Angela is probably never getting laid for the rest of her life. And I sleep soundly knowing that I can get laid.
Oh, man, there's going to be one.
They're
going to want the gum service.
All right. If I don't have my period, I have the option of getting laid. She doesn't have that option. So I win. Okay.
Oh Lord!
They're
coming to get the gum service. That's all they're coming for.
Exactly. She can probably give better head than me. Okay, she's got me.
Let's make sure this is PG.
Yeah.
I do have some pastors that come in.
I'm sorry, but I'm speaking facts, people.
Yeah, we are a true fact channel. We're not one that makes up facts as we go like over there on the other side.
A lot of times I listen to these ogres, and the first thing I think of is I'm like, wow. And I really think this. I'm like, all right, this bitch sounds like she hasn't gotten a good pounding in about a year.
Well, come on now. I mean, if that's what you look like after a year, how do I look like this way? Because
you want to know something? Listen, hey, you've got yours.
Haters, let me cut you off. For all the hater out there, if I wanted some, I could get some. Just know that.
Don't act like you're not getting any. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to this little munchkin. She's getting some.
Well, it's been a while. Well, we'll say that it's been a while.
Yeah. I heard about that little tiki bar you've been going to.
Tiki bar? Is that the one I went to? I only went to one tiki. Oh, are you talking about the one with my ex-husband? Did I tell you that story?
We'll save it for next time.
You don't ever tell that story. I would kill you. I will come to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and hunt you down.
Yeah, we'll have another chocolate Hershey Kiss martini.
That was good. That bartender was nice. He had a liking for me. He bought me a second one. Well, he made a mistake on the second one.
He did. He liked you.
Yeah.
He said he liked you. Hey, but she can clean up. I went out with her one night. She can clean up.
We can have fun.
You get these two little broads. You got the Jersey blonde, and you got the little
Florida blonde.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Two blondes with attitudes.
We were fun, though. We weren't there to cause trouble. He knew that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have to be honest with you. I enjoyed it. But I do want to state for the record, Marissa did not buy Bullhorn Betty's plane ticket. And
it's it was all lie.
chat because she even said, I'm happy to pay. And I said, no, and this was with everyone. Everybody in the chat read this. Even Mallory, she was in that chat. And I specifically said, no, Marissa, you came down to Georgia. This is the least I can do. It is the least I can do. I'm not taking money for a plane ticket when you wouldn't take money for coming to Georgia. So no, I actually didn't offer money to you.
You didn't. That's okay.
I did pay for her dinner.
No, I had the credit from Oakley Carlson in Washington. It was still sitting there. So I used that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Apparently there's another Oakley out there missing. Another one. Can you imagine?
Really?
Same name. Yes.
Well, according to Queen Bee, there's 2 Rebeccas that lived in her house. So, I mean, I guess it's
2
possible.
Rebecca in this. Oh, God. Just honestly, Rebecca, take my advice. Just cool it. Settle down. Take your channel and just bring it down a couple notches.
Yeah, maybe just quit bashing other creators and find somebody else to bash, like a criminal or something like that. You know, I mean, just put your face up there. Not your face, her face. Queen Bee's face up there. And talk about yourself. Tell your audience the truth, the real truth, because we are going to look into that dead.
I'll tell you one thing.
And we're going to prove that dead Turner is not the same one.
I'll never forget what she did by sending those fucking crackheads, those junkies to that baby's house. I mean, that was really, really low class. That was very low class. I didn't even know who the hell this chick was.
I've never done that to anybody. And they try to tell how despicable we are, but they are so delusional. They're so unself-aware.
They have
of
no
their own
morals.
actions.
No morals. None of them. And Betty, to think now, looking back, that me, you, Justin, Olivia, Dolly, that we were the only, and Jackie Snotty, Curly, that we were only, that a select few only really cared about that baby. And you know, even those women that were sitting out there with us and the neighbor people, you know, to know that people will come on by that were only doing it as an opportunity and using a baby that he truly suffered.
And they were monetized and making money off of that.
He suffered. This little baby suffered.
But we're the grifters.
Almost every day that he was alive, his mother hated him because she hated the father.
Yep.
She hated this little boy. He had no chance.
None. And the whole family knew. The whole family knew. The community knew that these boys were always out. They knew they were always dirty. They weren't well taken care of. They ran, you know, they snuck out of the house because they were, you know, I really believe that they didn't realize what they were doing was running away. I think him and his older brother, every time they kept breaking out of the house and running over to the babysitter, I truly believe it was because they weren't happy.
So sad. That is so sad. And on top of it, like, I'm not going to say I had nightmares, but I had a little bit of, I don't know if I could say post-traumatic stress disorder, but I'm going to say that I walked away with a little bit of traumatic stress with that police department, seeing what I saw. Now, a lot of people didn't stick around to protest outside the jail or protest outside of the police department.
We actually had a pretty decent, we had a pretty decent group with us.
Yeah.
We had about the same amount we had out in front of the house.
But what I'm saying is, not a lot of people who claim to stand up for this baby really stuck around to see what, you know, when we went down to the DA. A lot of people don't even know that we did all that work because we never filmed it. Oh, we could have had tons of footage, but I never filmed it. You want to know why? Because I didn't feel like, I don't know why I didn't film it. Sometimes you just do it and you don't think about YouTube. You're doing it because you're passionate about it and you're really concerned. Like, what is this DA and these police? Like, what is really going on in this friggin' county? What are they doing? what is going on in this house? Like, what is this Billy Joel lady really up to? And what kind of favors is she getting? Because obviously there's some sort of conflict of interest here.
Mm-hmm.
And I left that place, and I remember wanting to get the fuck out of Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get the fuck out of Savannah. And Savannah, I always thought was one of the most beautiful places in America. And I'm like,
I will never vacation there ever again. The only time they'll get my money ever again is when Leilani's going to court. That's it. I will never go back to that town. Other than that,
I felt very unsafe.
It is unsafe.
I mean, checked out.
Think about this. A girl can commit the worst of the worst crime, killing her child, throwing her child away like garbage, being on double probation and not being able to pass a P test, and still doesn't go directly to jail, even after being named the primary subject. What's the purpose of probation if you kill somebody and you can't pass a drug test and they keep you laying in your own bed? What's the purpose of the probation?
She was getting some sort of special treatment, and the fact that you went head to head with that police chief spoke volumes. It really spoke volumes. There was something really, really sinister going on down there. And I was talking to Marvon Senior's father, and I said, wow, we're finding out that this place is really corrupt. And he was like, I could have told you that before you came down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I wish you would have. And nothing really scares me more than corruption. And you want to know, it's not just Savannah. We're seeing it with Summer Wells. You know, we're seeing it in a lot of places. Yeah. And I sure wish that we can go someplace where it's not hard for us. And by God, I have to say this. I know that you guys don't want to hear this, but the people in Beach Creek and the people in where Summer went missing are a lot nicer than they are in Savannah.
Yeah.
They really are. They really, really were. People that want to get on the people that live in the area where Summer and her brothers were growing up and want to say that they were nothing but, low life, white trash, redneck tooth. They were a lot kinder to us and want to find that little girl.
And wanted to help, wanted to truly help.
Absolutely. They care more about Summer than the police cared about Quentin Simon. That's
So J.D. Wells said that they arrested her as soon as they had real proof. That wasn't the point. She was on probation and couldn't pass a drug test. When you're on probation and you can't pass a drug test, it's called a violation of probation. You don't have to be convicted or charged with a murder to have a violation of probation. You go to jail. They didn't need to wait that long.
She
couldn't pass a drug test.
Yeah, she should have been picked up. And everyone with the cars that were stopping and talking to us, people really were pissed. They weren't just driving by. They were pissed. They were asking questions. And they were asking Betty and I, why hasn't this girl been picked up yet?
Right.
Some people, only one person had a problem with me holding a sign up saying, hey, did you know that a baby killer lives here? You want to know something? If I lived in the neighborhood, I sure as fuck want to know if a baby killer's living in my neighborhood and is not being arrested. Yeah. I want to know if there's a drug house filled with people doing drugs. I want to know if there's a woman who's got it in with the chief of police who's getting away with it, who raised 2 murderers. I want to know. You want to know why? Because I don't want to live in an area where it's depreciating and the land value of my home is going down because of these fucking people. I'm wondering why I can't get a good dollar for my home because of these junkies. Gotcha. Thanks for letting me know.
And then we got another hater up in here saying, I think everybody wanted you to get the F out of Savannah. Actually, the majority didn't even want you there. Really? So this is, and I'm gonna put it up here. So what everybody in a community wants. You weren't even there. You didn't even see the amount of people that came up to us, talked to us,
We
thanked
got
us for
tons
the work.
of
You heard somebody that was halfway across the country telling you that Savannah didn't want us there when they weren't even doing a darn thing. And furthermore, Betty, which I know you're making a stab at me with this shingles and shambles, which they still are. I still haven't had the roof put on yet. We did absolutely everything. We brought in national media to that case. When we go out there, it's not all about anything other than bringing light and bringing information to a case. And we do that very well. And you prove it.
Can I make a statement for everyone that wants to make comments about Betty's roof? Just so you know, my sister's roof is still not repaired, nor is my brother's. They still have tarps on their roof because of a waiting list. Just so you know.
Mine's not getting on until June.
My sister lives in back of Brian Laundrie's house, Roberta's house, and my brother lives in Punta Gorda. There's still a waiting list, and the prices are astronomical, but still there's a waiting list. They still have not fully recovered.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of places. I can tell you Fort Myers, it's going to take years to rebuild Fort Myers. I didn't forget about the trip there, but I was able to download my Samsung phone and get it on the hard drive. And the videos were of Fort Myers, and God, just the devastation there was horrific. And this is all over the state of Florida.
Yeah. So I don't know who wants to throw digs. Why would anyone want to throw digs at victims of destructive hurricanes where people lost their lives?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. My brother's roof caved in on 1/4 of his entire house.
Yeah.
I thought my brother was freaking crushed to death, and that his 2 dogs left him in the dust, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's terrible. My brother and sister, I don't think they'll ever leave Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I won't leave Florida. I mean, even seeing that, I've lived here my whole life. I've went through many, many hurricanes. I'm very fortunate that, the only time we've lost roofs in Florida was when Andrew was here. I think it was 1992. The house I was living in, it lost shingles of its roof. But this here up here, like, it's just, they just came off in sheets. Just, I'm literally out there in the wind watching my roof just blowing away into the neighbor's yard over trees. It was the most insane thing. It was depressing to watch, but it was insane to watch as well. It was shocking.
Yeah. So anyone who thinks that that's a dig, that's gonna make her look bad, that actually makes you look bad.
Yeah.
And getting back to
not only that, but I'd love to see them have to handle a hurricane like that. And
where do you live? Where do you live?
Yeah,
where do you live? Come on. You gonna tell us where you live? I'll pray that you're never stuck in a situation like that, because that's pretty devastating.
Yeah.
One day life as you know it is normal, and then the next you're without food and electricity,
mm-hmm.
and without air conditioning or heating. You can't take a shower. You don't know what you can't escape because there's no gas. It's almost like Armageddon, like a real life episode of The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, the fact that anyone would want to shame you like that, I don't know. I don't get these people on the internet, man. It's always has to be an attack. It's like, where do people like this come from? I don't understand. I don't understand where they come from.
Yeah.
It's like they're the most miserable people in the world. You don't like what we do? There's so many, there's millions of channels to watch.
Yeah.
Feed your soul with something that, encourages you to do better, or learn a new hobby, a new craft, learn something. Why do you come around here? Because I know that the people that watch my channel, They want us to fight for the kids. That's what I get.
Yeah. The people on my channel, same thing. They want these cases exposed. They want to know what's going on in them, because quite frankly, there are some media that just won't cover the cases.
Right.
They won't cover the cases or don't cover them thoroughly.
Absolutely. And
they're beholden to the law enforcement, and beholden because they never want to jeopardize not being able to get a future interview. So if the law enforcement says, hey, don't release this information, they won't release it. If it's releasable and it doesn't cause harm, I'm releasing it. Like the whole Brian Laundrie and the gun. I kept saying that, Brian Laundrie, I told everybody the day that we heard that Brian Laundrie shot himself, that they found the gun next to him, everybody called us a liar. And then when they came out and said he had a self-inflicted gunshot wound, everybody's like, where's, nobody said anything about a gun. I did.
Liar. I got called a liar, Betty.
You did?
Yes. For saying it on Jen's pen and Laura's pen. They said, you're a liar, Marissa. You said there was the gun. I said, I was in the reserve. That's what they would say. That's what the reporters were saying it amongst each other. They said they found a gun. They found a gun. So I was just repeating over the phone and telling Laura. I said they said they found the gun. They held me to it. They said, Marissa, you're a liar. You said there was a gun in a backpack. Well, and I also didn't know that they were going to hold on to that backpack and release the notebook a year later. Why a year later? Interesting. And and if you look at that video, only you would know. Do you remember those two FBI agents staring right at me?
Yes.
Directly at me. Two of them. I was like, oh my God.
You know what somebody told me on one of the comments today on the videos, because they're all butthurt. You know how you can tell that they're really butthurt? Because they have to insistently come over here and tell me about myself and hit the down button. Oh my God, we don't like your video about our friend. Wow. Like crybabies. And so they try to do destructive things to this. It just doesn't work. And it's a whole bunch of wasted time that they're doing. And I keep thinking, what if, with all that time, what could they be doing better? And somebody was saying, what you guys did in front of Gabby Petito's, you should have been arrested. And I'm like, well, it's kind of funny because every single day we were out there with several cops.
Yep.
Every single day.
Yep. And we were eating with CNN and Fox News and Brian Ensign. We were all sharing the same drinks and just waiting and just waiting. Betty was the one that was there when they came out. When they got there, when they came back, right? Yeah. No one was around, right? Except Betty. How interesting.
Yeah.
Everything seemed like it was all planned. Really, really strange how all these things just friggin' happen.
Yeah.
And
they keep talking. Can you please confirm with the audience that when we were there, every house that was around their house was purchased and rented by the media. Most of these people were being paid thousands of dollars a week to rent their front yard. So these people literally left their home.
$3,500, except the one directly across the street. The old lady was the old lady stayed with them.
Yeah.
The old lady stayed in the house, and she said, "Yeah, you can have it." The one next to her was the FBI. The one next to Roberta was Brian Ensign. He barely came out. The only time I saw him come out was when I was yelling my fucking head off.
Right.
Yep, that's the truth. That's the only time I saw him. And never saw him again. And the one next to them was the heavyset girl who came out with her attitude to put her recycles in the bin.
Yeah.
Yep. Other than that, don't know. I know that the Quentin Simon house directly next door where they were partying, me like an idiot, and I think one of those girls set me up, said, yeah, if you need to use the bathroom, just walk up to that house. Boom, it was the feds. The feds showed up, showed my picture to Justin and said, hey, have you seen this woman? And I jumped into the back of someone's car, and I said, "Get me the hell out of here," and they did.
What?
And they told Justin, just if you see her, tell her not to come back to this house anymore. They had a picture of me looking through the house. Yeah, it was the feds. So now I know if we go anywhere, just stay away from the house, the one that just has the little porch light on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a little porch light on. That's it. And they seem very obvious. It's very obvious the FBI stakeout. They're very obvious. And you want to know something? I want to continue doing this. I don't care who has to make a grand departure video of leaving heels on the ground. We never fucking needed you. Goodbye. Leave it. Go. We can do it on our own.
We've done it on our own.
We'll pick up people on the way. Shit.
Yeah, it's about collaborating on these crime cases and utilizing our resources, utilizing, our gifts, and each of us have strengths and weaknesses that others do not have. It was just a good working relationship and environment when we're out there, and we do work well together, and we get a lot accomplished and a lot done. And despite what these hate channels try to proclaim and misrepresent and lie to their audience about what we truly do, because if we weren't truly getting attention and we weren't out there and news wasn't paying attention, they wouldn't pay attention to us either. So they're jealous. That is what it all is. They're jealous and they hate our political beliefs. Because they know our political beliefs, they come after us 10 times harder because they're those kinds of people.
Oh,
that attack people for political beliefs that aren't even brought up on their channel.
Me, you, and Jonathan love Donald Trump. That's not going to fucking change. Eat a dick. And the thing is, we record everything. Well, you guys record everything. I kind of don't. We don't put everything out. There's tons of footage that you have never seen.
Never seen. But if we really were out for the clicks and the views, that stuff would
you would. Yeah, trust me, you would make a lot more money if you put more shit out. I'm sure you have footage of us inside of the DAs, outside of the prison, outside of the I don't know what the hell more you have, but I didn't record much of anything.
All right. But our channels aren't political. They're true crime. They're true crime. That's what our channels are. So if people want to have up-to-date information on true crime cases, they come here. If you want information on President Biden or Donald J. Trump, you probably want to go do a Google search because you ain't going to get that over here.
I'm grateful I have the right to vote.
Yeah. Rebecca doesn't.
God. Shit. We're in trouble.
Exactly.
Other than that, thank you for bringing light to just a lot of things. Thank you for bringing light to a lot of things. I'm sorry that you had to be dragged in and lied about all this stupid drama lately. I heard they were trying to drag you into it. You didn't. There was no reason for you to be dragged into anything.
When they try to drag, I just ignore it. I don't. You know me. I'm not. It's not even that It just doesn't have anything. Like, I don't believe I need to be sticking my nose where it doesn't belong, and it's just not something that has anything whatsoever to do with me. If it was something that injured me, hurt me, maybe I'd have something to say. But to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it's just not my business. If you're a human being, you have the right. I'm a liberty person. If you don't like something, you don't like someone. You don't want to talk to somebody, you don't want to talk to somebody. That's your choice. That's absolutely your choice. And you don't have to come over here and ask people, Daddy, Mother, may I?
There's plenty of people I don't like on YouTube. And guess what? I've went into their chat, didn't like what I see, and I've exited out. Sorry. Right. I saw a channel that had subscribers only. I had to subscribe. I made my comment. This is not for me. And I made my departure and I unsubscribed. It's not for me. I don't vibe that way I'm not somebody that gets off on hurting other people.
I
I'm
don't
not
either. I have better things to research and do than talk about Queen Bee today. I had a lot more things on my plate, but enough's enough.
Well, like I said on another channel, these people are starting to get into playing a very dirty war with this, trying to mass flag all of this shit. The mass flagging didn't happen.
It doesn't work. First, let's be honest. It doesn't work.
It didn't happen. It did not happen it wasn't a music thing. I don't believe that it happened because of mass flagging. I'm going to take that completely off the table. I got the strike for 7 days, best strike of my life. Thank you very much. Very much well worth it to expose a very evil, dark, sinister person. It's like my 16th strike in 5 years. And I got that strike while I just happened to be doing a St. Jude fundraiser. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't mass flagging. So I don't believe that was it. But when you start, if they believe that that's effective, then they're all going to start doing it to each other. My best advice to all of these people is, I've said it before, I've said it again. If you have a monetized channel, I really suggest that you use it wisely. Mm-hmm. I believe that YouTube is the future. I believe that there is money to be made. I believe that streaming worldwide is the future. You will be able to make money. I do depend on YouTube to pay my bills. Yes. And I'm saying that some people might take that as some sort of threat. It's just a fact. I do see it as a way of paying my bills, and I depend on that to pay my bills. So anyone who thinks that they're going to be responsible for that, if they do take my channel down, you will be held responsible for my lost wages. Mm-hmm. Legally.
Sorry, I'm trying to pause something. Dad, burn it. Sorry.
Legally, you will be held for my lost wages.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to sit back and let that happen.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people try to act like this is not a job. This is a job. This is one that I work at. We've chatted at 4:30, 3:30 in the mornings working. Mm-hmm. And I go until 9, 10 o'clock at night. Sometimes I go to bed at like 7:30, 8:30 at night, but there's nights that I have literally burnt the midnight oil after being up at 3:30 in the morning. And if that's not a job, I don't know what is.
If they think they're gonna start doing this to each channel, doing that to each channel, doing this to each channel, this to each channel, you're gonna start a world war, and then everyone's gonna lose their channels.
But that's what they're wanting. They don't care. They just go and make a new channel because nobody listens to them.
Well, that's because, you know something? I'm glad that you have nothing to lose. I'm glad that you have nothing to lose, because that speaks volumes of you. And living off your husband's Social Security, I think, is wonderful. That kind of life is not my life, okay? I don't know if that's a luxury that you have. I don't consider that a luxury, living off your husband's Social Security. That's not a luxury. Are you talking to me?
Because I'm not living off my husband's Social Security.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I supposed to be getting some money I'm not getting?
I'm talking about the comments that are getting back. Leave people alone. Leave people in general. Leave your neighbors alone. Leave the people you work with alone. Just leave people alone. Leave them alone. Yeah. In life, just leave people alone. You will live a longer life. You will live a happier life.
You'll be a happier person. Look at all these people. Look how big mad. Like I have not watched her I don't watch these cockroach. I don't even pay attention to them. I hear through the grapevine that they're talking stuff or whatever. I never go over there. This was the first time I ever went over and watched one of Queen Bee's videos. Was just today. The first time I've ever been over there. Never talked about her. Never bashed her. Never did anything negative to her or about her or whatever. People just have, and maybe I might have been on there like maybe one other time a long time ago that I might have forgotten about, but it's not something I recall or was meaningful in any way. But when I hear, she's trash. She is trash. She's angry. Every person up on that panel seems to be angry. And we have a lot of angry people in this country. And when they get too angry and they're all this, next thing you know, you got mass shooters and stuff like that. And it's these angry people. And they're angry people. So they scare the shit out of me, to be honest with you. And especially one that doesn't mind messing with kids.
Well, and people that don't have nothing to lose, they're scary because they don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to protect. They don't have anything to live for. That's scary.
And they're angry. And they're angry with me. I own my house. I have my own home. I have my own car, all paid for, free and clear, all paid for, owned by me long before I ever made it to the streets of YouTube. But somehow I just don't know how to work or make my own money. But somehow I've managed to buy all this and be free and clear of all these things long in my 30s. I had my home paid off in my 30s. Fully paid off, mortgage free in my 30s. But somehow I just, and you know, I don't live high on the hog either. You know, my house is smaller, but it's mine.
Molly hurts people, huh? Okay.
I keep just deleting them. And yes, guys just called me. We're all getting Amber alerts in Pinellas County of a kidnapping. Let me just pop over. County. Yeah, the one that doctor murdered that attorney. It's the same county. Yeah. Apparently, there's a kidnapping going on right now. But the Amber alert, I can't seem to find it on my phone. I did see it. Let me see if I can get some information. Pinellas. Amber alert. Because it was an Amber alert. It said this child was kidnapped. And I'm just trying to find it. But I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Guidance got it. Sorry, Guidance. I couldn't pick up the phone. You were calling while Marissa was talking. I appreciate it, though. Okay, here it is. Let me pull this up so everybody can see. Hold on a second. Let me make this a little bigger. So we have an Amber alert for this child here. Is it Taylor? Taylon Mosley. Taylon Mosley right there. If you guys can see that. Taylon Mosley, Amber alert. Let me just read this. There's another picture, and I think it's another picture of him. I'm just gonna blow that up. Yeah, and here's an additional picture of Taylon right there. They're saying here on this Amber alert, a narrative, a Florida Amber alert has been issued for Taylon Mosley, last seen in the area of 11600 block of 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. And when I got the Amber alert on my phone, it said that this child was kidnapped. So I don't know. And then one other thing before I pull you back up here, Marissa, everybody can still hear you. I just wanted to show somebody something because this kind of goes right into what we're talking about, and it's hilarious.
You ain't got to ever worry about getting nobody back for some shit they done did to you. Because quiet as it's kept, everybody working get paid. Let me break that down so you understand what I mean. Everybody working getting paid. See, some of you motherfuckers don't even know that you're working. But payday comes after a while, bitch. You being messy, you're working. You gossiping about people, you're working. You stealing, lying, cheating, or just all around doing some fuck shit, you're working. And payday is on its motherfucking way. Ha-ha! Let me me tell you something, you working motherfuckers. Some of you bitches got overtime in that bitch too. Ooh, that payout gonna be good. So when you get your check, bitch, don't complain. You worked for it.
Oh my God, I removed you by accident. Tell me that ain't funny.
Funny. When they're out there doing some fuck shit.
You working. Don't be, when you get that paycheck, don't be complaining.
Don't be complaining.
When you get that paycheck.
Jesus.
I thought some guys would like that. So what are you up to?
My sister called earlier and said that they don't know how long they're going to hang on to my mom. And I have an option of being there or not. No pressure, though, you know?
Right.
I didn't know what to think of that. I didn't know what to think of that. I said to my sister, I was in my husband's office, and I said, "Are you really telling me that I have a choice to watch her go?" And she goes, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And I was like, I don't think that I can do that. I go, it's hard to just touch her because she's so little and fragile, and you know. And my husband says, I think you should go. And I said, you know what, Adrian, chill out. I said, this is my decision. This is like what I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. You don't get to make that decision for me. No one gets to make that decision for me. I've said goodbye 3 times now. Mm-hmm. I've made my peace 3 times now. I don't even know I'm afraid of seeing my sister break down. And then, you know, my husband, my stepfather, mm-hmm. I'm afraid of seeing that.
Yeah. It's going to be hard, but, you know, at least you'll be around family, you know, but it's one of those things. I don't know. And you're right. It's a very personal issue for people because there's 2 sides of this. You want to have the memory of, you know, the loved one as they were and watching them diminish. It's really like the last sight you see. And it's horrible because I did that with both of my cousins, and I have my beautiful picture of my cousin, one of my cousins, on my refrigerator that I see almost every morning, every time I open that refrigerator. And even though it's a beautiful, loving, lively photo, it just still brings back the memory of her in the hospital.
Excuse me, Denise? Is it because you have no empathy? Go fuck yourself. How dare you?
Yeah,
I've been driving out there back and forth.
Hold on. Let me get this clear.
How dare you?
Yeah. First of all, I want to tell maybe there's some new people.
I've been paying all of their bills. I've been driving out there at night.
Yes.
Through the night. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I do want to let the people know in this chat that we have rules of this chat, and you will be blocked. I don't care if you're a member or a subscriber.
No empathy.
You do not have. You're in. Hold on, Marissa. Let me tell the people in my chat. You are in my house now, okay? What? And if you want people to be disrespectful in your house, go to your house and let them be disrespectful in it. But when I have people on my panel, they are my guests in my house, just like every single one of you in that chat are guests in my house. You will show respect in here. If you do not show respect in here, you don't have to agree. You don't have to agree. But if you're going to insult people that are on my panel, you will be booted and you will not come back. So if you don't believe me, I just unblocked literally 90% of the people in my chat. And if you guys want to, and it took 2 years to get there. And trust me, they had to wait it out the whole 2 years. And if you guys want to sit around and be disrespectful, that shows more about your character and your integrity than it does about ours. Be respectful in this chat. Be kind to one another in this chat. And if you want, you can say stuff, even if you don't agree, but you will do it respectfully and you will not insult my guest or you will be removed. Grow up,
horrible person. Oh my
yes,
God.
This is in if you
Absolutely.
can't show me respect in my own house, then you don't need to be here. So that's how we
This is
roll
my
over here on
mother.
this
This
channel. This
is
is not a cockroach channel. This is not a cockroach channel. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, Marissa.
What do you think? You're gonna guilt me? No, no one's gonna sit here and guilt me in what I should and should do. This is my journey. This is my no. My mother found out she had cancer in October. The woman's like 90 pounds right now. It went pretty fast. I didn't even get a chance to like, whoa. When I saw, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
And I went by pretty often. And every time I saw her, I wanted to faint. The only thing I've learned through this process is cancer and treatments affect people way differently.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent my mother home to die. That's it.
Yeah. And it's sad, but it is a personal decision.
That's
and
it.
I've known people
And my sister thought
that they said their goodbyes. They're not going to be there when they die. You know, they don't want that memory. There are a lot of people out there. Marissa is not alone in this at all, because I know many people that I associate with that have made the decision not to be there. And again, you know, you're talking about a lot of grief that somebody has to endure. You don't know what goes on for somebody else and in somebody else's life, mind, and soul. If she and you guys don't know how much Marissa has done for her mother. I know personally, because I was in Pennsylvania, and her and I have had many conversations. Her mom is very, very sick. She was very worried when we went out. It was, you know, she'd smile and have a good time when she could. And just because she's on YouTube, just because she cracks a smile, don't think this isn't tearing her up inside. For all those animals out there that honestly believe that this woman, Marissa, doesn't like her mother and doesn't want to be there and doesn't care for her and doesn't take care of her. Couldn't be further from the truth. That's misinformation. And I implore you to get your facts straight before you say, you know, garbage, because that's not true. And at the end of the day, none of you guys are inside Marissa's home or living her life to have any. You guys are, it's conjecture, complete conjecture. You guys, I don't even want to go there. It's very hurtful to hear this. And not only that, but she had to deal with this in Savannah, Georgia, with that crackpot lady that came out there saying all these horrible things to Marissa about her mother. We don't lower ourselves to those types of attacks. We keep to the facts, the real facts, not the made up ones that people make up in their heads. And, you know, at the end of the day, Marissa's struggling. Her mom is dying. And if you guys don't understand that, I don't know what's going to make you understand that. I'm really sorry, Marissa.
it's okay. Yeah, my father drank himself, and I was there when they took him off the machines. And yeah, you do think about it. And my mother's just withered down to very little. She doesn't know who I am. Every time I go to the house, there's a very small window where she's alert. And that's it. I've missed it every time. I've missed it every single time.
Perfect.
So
all right, and then we got some I got a video here. Hold on. Let's see.
And so this is a very active investigation, and we saw there behind Trevor.
Let me see if I can get some. Let me see if I can get some real information. Hold on. All right, come on, start talking now.
Body. She had been killed. At that point, they contacted police. Our first priority now is to find her missing 2-year-old son. Taylon lived in the apartment with Passion. He is missing. No family member has him that we can find. So even though we are investigating her murder, our first priority right now is to find Taylon. And we put out an Amber Alert, and we ask anyone with information to please contact the St. Petersburg Police Department.
All right, so we're hearing this. So what we're hearing, what's breaking right now in Pinellas County, is that a young boy's mother was murdered, and they can't find the boy, and they've reached out to all of her family, and nobody has him. So I'm wondering, I probably should just pack up and head out there.
Really? Yeah. Why don't you? I would.
Yeah, I should pack up and head out there.
Do you have money for gas?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Remember, I haven't paid for my roof yet. I'm still good. Okay. So,
right.
Again, this is how we don't go on these rage fits over stuff, even with Queen Bee. We just put out the stuff. We let them rage. They're the ragers. They're the ones that are angry. They're the ones that are hot under the collar. And they're going to keep trying to do underhanded stuff here on YouTube, like they're the ones that violate the terms of service over and over and over again, while pointing the finger at people that are abiding by the rules and pointing and saying they're the ones violating the terms of service, knowing damn well if I was violating the terms of service, my channel would have been down, and would have been down a long time ago.
Yeah.
So now it's time to start, if they want to start doing this, if they really want to, I mean, we've got a good, I don't want to go down these fights. I just want people to leave me alone and let me do my job.
I don't
that's not their job. Their job's not to tell me what I can and can't do. Sorry, go ahead.
I've thrown in the towel. I don't want to be a part of any of that shit. I don't want to talk about them. I don't need this shit. But one thing I do want to say before you end this is I'm still your comrade when it comes to heels on the ground. If you call me and you need a big mouth, I'm still coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there.
And likewise.
I haven't left.
All right. There. Well, let me get
I'm still
doing. Pack up my shit and get out of here, because I want to go and see what we can.
Good luck to you.
All right, love. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Okay. Right. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Love you. Love you. God bless.
Bye.
And keep me up. I know she's still watching. Keep me updated, please, on everything. And if you need a friend, somebody to talk to, somebody to shoulder to cry on, I am definitely here for you guys. Guys, we have a breaking case coming out of Pinellas County. It's about an hour or so away from me in South St. Petersburg. I'm kind of hesitant whether to go to South St. Pete or not because it's not really the best area. But I'm going to reach out to a few people and see if this is something, maybe I can get another person to go with me or just meet me there so I don't feel alone or in danger or anything like that. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. We may go live from the scene in Pinellas. I may go live from the scene in Pinellas first thing in the morning. I'm not quite sure just yet. I don't want to drive all the way out there and it get too dark for me to stream or be able to work in safety. So it's not safe. Don't go. Yeah, so I make the decision for myself personally. And like I said, I'm a concealed weapons permit holder and I do carry a loaded gun with me for protection. So it's not, I'm not too awfully concerned, but I do take precautions to make sure that I am safe, especially in unsafe areas. So if you do go, please be safe and update us. Oh yeah, if I go, you guys will be front and center because I'm never going to be alone. If I'm out on a case and I'm worried, I'm popping the live on so you guys can call aloft if something happens to me. So we'll see, but I'm going to go, I'm going to reach out to a few people and find out what's going on, and we'll be back. Guys, go make it a great day. And you know what? If you're a criminal and you want to come after and you want to be despicable people to people that have done absolutely nothing to you, that's okay. But just desserts is coming. And when they do come, why don't you be a big girl and give me the courtesy I've given you for 2 years? I've never once went and flagged your channel. I've never once asked my audience to go over to your channel, flag and flag you. Yet you get a little taste of what you've been giving me for 2 years, and look at how you act. That shows you everything you need to know about that channel. And shame on you. You are a despicable person. You have no room to talk. You need to go get God and get a life, lady. And I'm talking directly to Queen Bee. Shame on you. Shame on you. Good day, everybody. God bless. And don't forget to be fearless and use your mouth when you can. Use your mouth when you can. But I will put this out there. If you hear somebody, another channel, flag asking for a mass flag, I want you guys to give them exactly what they're asking their people to do. That is not asking you to mass flag, because I don't ask to mass flag. But if somebody is sitting there and saying target this person and trying to be part of that cancel culture, you give them everything you got and you do exactly what they're asking you to do to somebody else. You do it to them, because they should not be playing these stupid games. And if that's the game they want to play, you guys have the ability to do that yourself as well. So with that, have a great day. God bless you. Bullhorn Betty's not going here. And again, how much of a wasted day they had. Absolutely fully wasted and accomplished zero for them. And I've accomplished a heck of a lot today alone. So good luck with your channel and your bitching. And I'll keep reporting the truth in true crime. So have a good day. Love you. God bless.